Yo, what is the word? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. If you've been here before, how are you? I hope everything is well with you. It's a Quickfire episode, so we're just going to jump right in. Method Man is saying that he does not want to perform at any more events similar to Summer Jam, and he will not because the generation gap is too large to him. I've covered hip-hop before in my Modern Hip-Hop is Misunderstood video, and I think that this is adjacent to that. I think you should go watch that and then watch this so you can get a full kind of view of my perception of modern hip-hop and the culture at large. With that said though, he's not wrong. The generation gap is too large, but the generation gap exists, one, due to the current oversaturation of hip-hop. Hip-hop has one of the lowest barrier to entries of all music genres. You can say what you want, but at the end of the day, it's true. There's not like a skill level that's required. There is no understanding of music or art or tempo or anything that goes into becoming a rapper. And while the same thing still does apply to other genres, when you look at situations like Blueface specifically, even 6ix9ine to a certain degree, that have said like, nah, that's not like, hip hop isn't really a culture that they not necessarily don't respect, but a culture that they don't really like. They don't really find themselves in, and they don't see themselves in the grand culture of hip hop itself. You realize that the skill that should be required is not there, making it one of the easiest things to start. Essentially, especially in the modern era, you really just need social media and a mid producer, a little bit of clout, and you're up. The levels of success that you'll accrue and the respect factor that will eventually determine where you finally place in the grand scheme of hip-hop is solely determined by you. But to just participate in hip-hop itself, it's too easy. Number two, the prior generation had things that helped bridge the gap, whether it be the 106 in Park, whether it be Jimmy Kimmel type shows, the Jimmy Fallon type shows. All these things exposed older generations to new age hip hop, and because of the advent of streaming services and modern TV changing, that gap, that bridge, it no longer exists. So that gap is present with nothing to fill it. No more 106 in Park, no more MTV Top 20 Countdown, no more AMTV, no VH1, no more late night TV One unsung documentaries to discuss black music and black musical stories. No more of that. Those things do not exist. So when someone enters into hip hop at an already low barrier, and then they don't have to know any of the background because they don't have to sample anything, which is another problem on its own, that was another way to bridge said gap. There's no way that the modern era, especially the ones that just traditionally listen to radio, the average listener, if you will, there's no way that they're going to respect the previous generation. And lastly, and most importantly, almost all of the legacy acts, as they've been called by the Hot 97s and similar publications, your Ludacris's, your Outkast, Jay-Z's, almost all legacy acts have surpassed the need for hip-hop itself. Jay-Z, businessman, entrepreneur. 50 Cent, primarily media mogul entertainer now because of stars and everything that he was able to accomplish with Power and the upcoming documentary that he'll have. Bro, quick tangent, but it helps make my point. So the little homie was talking about music and who had better artists between Florida and Georgia, and I was like, oh, and I told him, I was like, oh no, he was like 15 at the time, mind you. So I told him, I was like, oh no, gang, we have like Ludacris, and he was like, what? I was like, nigga, Ludacris, like nigga Chris Bridges, and he was like, the Fast and Furious, and I was like, oh, stop. I say that to say, we have gotten to the point where, because the artists have moved on from hip-hop itself, they're starting to become more known for what they do currently and not for what they added to the culture. And while it's a sad sight, it's what will continue to happen just due to the blatant oversaturation of hip-hop as well. while you can tour forever, it's easier, especially in the modern era, to take the success that you found in hip-hop and to use that to market yourself as whatever your next venture will be. No one has a singular stream of income anymore for the most part, and that's not going to change. People are starting to view hip-hop in the same way that basketball players view the NBA. It's a stepping stone, but it's not the end. There will be something after it. If you made this far in the video, just know that I appreciate you. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think and down in the comment section below. The 2 videos on your screen should be last week's Fly Me Out video and last week's Media Quickfire. Either of those interest you, go ahead and click those for me. And as always, be safe, be easy, and I'll see you soon. Peace.